let's talk about how to newsjack that holiday calendar and fold your personality into your marketing copy. Today, I'm going to show you how to turn your copy from good into crazy great by letting your personality bust through your copy holiday edition. Because whether it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and we're all planning for that right now, or it's National Margarita Day, whatever it is, I want to make sure that you are set with some seasonal marketing copy ideas that you can use alongside your sales pushes or just educational, informational posts, ad campaigns, emails, whatever it is. But here is the kicker or two. Number one, I don't want you to just add to the noise of the marketing landscape. Holidays are noisy. And number two, I want to do what I can to make sure you don't sound like a cheese ball. You're welcome.
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Because that is so easy to do with a cliche or three, and I don't want you to have that moment in your messaging. All right, here we go. These are my 3 secrets to writing personality-packed holiday copy, plus how to organize inspo for future holidays, and the ratio I'm going to recommend that you use for holiday-themed words next to just words that are communicating the message in your copy. If you're pumped about this or you've got a big sale coming up, hit that like button. I want to cheer you on, so comment with what it is below, and for the heck of it, what is your favorite holiday? I want to hear that too. Okay, and let's get right into it. Tip number 1, I want you to actually start with the message. So we're going to pull out, step away from all the noise, all the fun, all the witty comments that we could be putting in there, and let's just think about what we're trying to say. Number 1, rule of brand messaging. I pulled this graphic from some of the Copywriting for Creatives curriculum that I'm revamping, but all in all, the message is the what you're saying, and then the voice, the style, all that layered in, that's just the how you're saying it. So before we add any pumpkin spice, stars and stripes, or twinkle lights to the situation, what is it that you're actually trying to say? Because, and this is the gist of it, can that message stand alone without any other holiday themed copy or comments, or again, cliches? We're going to talk about trying to stay away from that in the message. The holidays, no matter what time of year it is, can get just so noisy. I don't know if your inbox looks like mine during any kind of holiday weekend, like even President's Day weekend. My inbox fills up with everybody and their mother having a sale and all these competing messages. So what I want you to do is step away from that and think, what is the purpose or what is the reason behind this email campaign I'm sending out, this ad campaign I'm posting, even a social media message you're sending out. I've told this to clients during a live launch, but this goes for anybody that's planning a launch campaign coming up. Even if it is Black Friday, you should have a reason to send an email every day, and the launch shouldn't be longer than that. So if you don't have a reason to send an email that day, don't continue. So the launch, then the marketing campaign, is only as long as you have a separate message or hook or angle for every single day. So before you start decking the halls of your marketing with all of the tinsel, your number 1 tip is to consider the intent of that piece of copy. Here's some ideas. Maybe it is to sell. You're driving to a cart, to a checkout page, to your shop, to a new collection. You're communicating a holiday sale or discount. Maybe you're announcing a wait list for a big upcoming holiday sale you do have. You should absolutely, by the way, run a sale during a holiday. Just because it's noisy doesn't mean you can't add something good. I just don't want you to sound like everybody else out there. The hook and the angle is built in for you already for any month that has a major holiday that a lot of people celebrate. Might as well ride that wave. Number 2, is it to drive traffic to any piece of content you have there or pre-launch communication? You're building a list for that campaign. You are trying to send people to a new blog or a new episode. Or number 3, it's just audience nurturing content, and your goal there is to educate, to inspire, to encourage. People have a lot of things going on, and maybe you just want to speak to that and make them smile. Every single word, yes, on your website, but in your marketing campaign. So maybe it's a new landing page that you have up just for a specific promotion that you're running. Maybe it's an ad, maybe it's an email, but every single word has to pull its weight and be worth it. Don't say the same thing 5 different times in different ways. Every word has to have a goal. Here's one of my favorite editing tips. I've told this to copywriters on my team. I've told this to my students inside Copywriting for Creatives, but just pretend I'm sitting over here with a crisp pile of $100 bills, and for every word you can remove from whatever it is that you're working on before you hit publish, I am going to hand you a $100 bill and pay you for removing that word. So go through and be a ruthless editor. I know I'm kind of talking about like the end in the editing process here in step 1, but I want you to keep that in mind even as you write. Every word needs to serve a purpose. No one likes that weird dish at a cocktail party or a festive gathering that we're not quite sure what's in it or what it is. Don't let your message be that before you throw in all those holiday vibes what I want you to do is check and make sure, can this message stand on its own without any kind of voice or pizzazz thrown in? Is it a strong enough message? Okay, number 2, you did that, right? So we get to talk about the fun part, and what I want to talk to you about here is how to go ahead and gather an inspiration file that you can use throughout the year, because I want you to start doing that now for next year. But you can use this tip to help you prep for the upcoming weeks. We talked about the what you're saying. Let's talk about the how, the voice, and the style. I have been obsessed with what I've dubbed a copy banking system. I actually have it in my shop, the whole system, if you want to swipe it. But I want to show you a little bit behind the scenes about how I pull it together. Essentially, what this is a pile of, I guess, think like magazine cutouts that I can use to assemble my message and add flavor and style to the collage that I'm making with a message. I talked about this process a little bit in a newsletter that I sent out to my dog ear list the other week, but I want to talk to you about how you can build that inspo swipe file. What I'd recommend is you start some sort of little database. Use what you love, whether it is spreadsheets or Trello or Evernote, and go ahead and start collecting. Again, peel your eyes. I'm going to turn the camera around in just a second, show you what this could look like, but keep your eyes peeled for seeing little messages that you like and that are a little bit of a twist on the messages that we always hear over and over every single holiday. Again, those things that sound like cliches, I don't want you to say those. I want you to have some fresh ideas and ways that you could say things. And the best inspo for that is going to come from either far outside your industry or looking at brands that you love how they communicate, and you're trying to look for variations on a theme that you could pull in, put in your copy bank, and then we'll get to step 3, but you're going to use those and layer them into the message again after it stands on its own and it is sound. Like I said, let's turn the camera around. I want to show you a little recording of what this could look like. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I fill up my copy bank. Okay, right here I have pulled up the copy bar template from our shop, and what I want to show you down here on the bottom, you'll see all the tabs. So I'm going to come over here and click open the holiday copy one. This really can just function, like I said, as a bank of all different messages that you want to use in your business. So I have a sample, tell me what your favorite Halloween movie is and why is it Hocus Pocus. Right here, you can sort them based on what quarter you may use them, star your favorites, write any notes about how you want to use it, and then check off if you've used it. Those are just a little bit extra, but may help you stay organized. So let me show you what I do. So first I'm coming to the Betches website. Their target audience is millennial women. So me, they can get a little crude, but it's funny at times as well. So basically there are a couple of lines in here that I saw that are kind of funny. Down here, use the Goosebumps font. I'm going to just copy that, come over here. I'm going to go over and see if there's a few other extras. I'm just looking at things that make me laugh, references I would not have thought of off the top of my head. Edgar Allan Poe, that's actually pretty good. These are references too, so they can be full quotes or just an Edgar Allan Poe reference. Is Miss Frizzle driving the bus? I just like that. I don't know what I would use that for, but quips and LOLs. Is Miss Frizzle driving this bus? Okay. Let's keep going because I wanted to show you I pulled up McSweeney's. I just like the reference of leaving up the Christmas lights a little too long. When I'm doing this, I'll go through, by and large, I fill up my copy bank while in real time. So if I'm in my inbox during the holiday season, I'm getting, emails, let's say around Halloween time that are making me laugh, different stuff, creep it real, and I'll add those in real time. So you have to be careful with puns in your copy, but maybe there's a few in here that could be good. Okay, really, I just like the creep it real one. So copy that and I'll add it in here too. So that is an example of how you could populate your copy bank. And then when it comes time to draft your copy, talk about your Black Friday sale or whatever you have going on, you can make little references based on what holiday it is. Okay, that brings me to number 3. What I'm going to do now, I have my message. I know what I'm trying to communicate. I know the goal of that piece of marketing collateral I'm putting out there. And over here, I have my copy bank. It is fresh and has so many ideas that I could use to just add a little fun and spice to the message itself. So what I'm going to do now is just an assembly game. I'm going to look at the message that I have, go look at the swipe file for inspo and pull some of those in, and it is so important to change it up a little bit. If you get my emails, then you know I talked about this, but I am so passionate about being a shrewd, smart swipe filer. So anything you put out there should add to the greater body of work. Make it so good that I can't even tell where the inspiration came from, where you were pulling from, because you took it and ran. Maybe you used some sort of phrasing that was from a campaign that was for a completely different holiday, and you play with it, you add in maybe your favorite movie lines and references, and just be an artist enough to play with it. I promise you can do it. It takes a little elbow grease, but it's worth it, and it's a more honest way of integrity to approach swipe filing. Okay, again, see how adding these little holiday bits of copy in is kind of like accessorizing. Maybe it's the hook that you're stacking the message in. Here's an example of that. Maybe it's midway through, maybe it's around the CTA, but that message stood. We added some things in, we played around with it in the sandbox enough to make it different, and we're gonna publish it. But before you do that whole Coco Chanel take one thing off. My ratio is about, for every 20 words in the message, I'll let one holiday themed phrase slide in. So this will be helpful if you're writing more of a long form post or email. A little goes a long, long way. So don't pack everything into it that it just looks like an explosion of all of your holiday feels. Okay, and there you go. I hope those tips help you with whatever end of year campaigns you're running for your creative small business. Comment below with what those are and your favorite holiday. Don't forget, I really do want to know. Then be sure to check out the Copy Bar shop where I have that copy banking system and template over there for you to grab. Chock it full of the good stuff, and best of luck with your campaigns. Okay, I hope this helped you out today. Hit that like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you don't miss out on the next copywriting training. And here's to working from a place of more rest, less hustle, especially this time of year. All right, that does it for this, and I'll see you in the next one.